There's no doubt that Sigma males are a breed apart. From their mysterious and magnetic personality to their strategic prowess, it's easy to see why so many people are drawn to them. While often mistaken for being an aloof or beta personality due to their quiet nature, Sigma males are actually highly independent and self-sufficient. They're not as interested in seeking social approval or status, preferring to stay in the background and observe. This can make them appear standoffish or even arrogant to those who don't know them well. But once you get to know a Sigma, you'll find that he's a complex individual with many hidden layers. While Sigmas are highly praised, there are also poorly developed or immature Sigma males who often exhibit some very dark qualities. Here are 12 dark sides that you should be aware of. 1. They can be stubborn and inflexible. Sigma males are known for their strong opinions and convictions. They are often very set in their ways and can be quite stubborn. One of the most frustrating things about unhealthy Sigma men is that they always think they're right. No matter the situation, they will find a way to justify their actions and beliefs. This can be extremely frustrating for those around them, as it's often impossible to have a discussion or debate with someone so convinced of their own correctness. Immature Sigma males can be quite egotistical and narcissistic. They might have a hard time seeing other people's points of view, and they might be quick to dismiss any information that contradicts their beliefs. While Sigmas can be very successful, they can also be very difficult to get along with. They often have a hard time being flexible, having a my way or the highway mentality. While this quality can be an asset in some situations, it can also be a major liability. Although stubbornness isn't always a negative attribute, unhealthy Sigma men can be quite rigid in their thinking. They are so set in their ways that they can't or won't compromise, even when it would be beneficial for them to do so. This can lead to problems in both personal and professional relationships. 2. They can be secretive and mysterious. Sigma males are often the ones who are the most difficult to read and understand. They may not share their true feelings or intentions with others and can be very guarded. This can make them seem like they are hiding something, which can be off-putting to those around them. While some mystery can be attractive, too much secrecy can be a turnoff. This tendency to keep things close to the vest can make it difficult to get to know a Sigma. The need for secrecy can sometimes stem from a fear of intimacy or vulnerability. It can also be a way to control information and keep people at a distance. They may also be reluctant to share important parts of their life with their partner, which can lead to feelings of insecurity and mistrust. 3. They can be obsessive and perfectionistic. When Sigma males push their need for detail orientation to the extreme, they can become obsessive and perfectionistic. They may spend so much time nitpicking that they never get anything done. It can also interfere with their personal relationships, as they may become too focused on small details and lose sight of the bigger picture. This obsessiveness can also lead to stress, as Sigma men try to control everything in their lives. While it's important to be detail-oriented, they need to be careful not to take this too far. If you find yourself getting lost in the details, try to take a step back and remember the bigger picture. For example, you might want to start a business but get bogged down in the details of the business plan, leading you to frustration and inaction. To avoid this, try to focus on the big picture of what you want to achieve and break down the steps into manageable chunks. This will help you stay focused and avoid getting overwhelmed. 4. They're often master manipulators. While Sigma males are often associated with positive traits like confidence and independence, unhealthy Sigmas can also be manipulative. Sigma men are often skilled at reading people and knowing what they want to hear. They can use this knowledge to manipulate others into doing what they want. For example, a Sigma might flatter a potential victim or make them feel special in order to get them to do something for them. Sigma males can also be very persuasive and may use their charm to convince others to do things they wouldn't normally do. While they can be great leaders, their manipulative tendencies can also be destructive. Although not all Sigma males are manipulative, Those who can be quite skilled at it. While some manipulators are easy to spot, others can be more subtle. If you're not careful, an immature Sigma can easily take advantage of you, so it's important to be aware of their tactics. 5. They don't care how you feel. Since Sigma males are the rarest type in the world, they are often misunderstood. One of their dark sides is that they don't care how you feel. They're often perceived as heartless and selfish, but in reality, they simply don't see the point in caring about the feelings of others. They are often lone wolves who prefer to stay out of the spotlight. They're independent and self-reliant and don't need anyone else to validate their worth. As a result, Sigma men can sometimes come across as cold and uncaring. However, it's important to remember that Sigmas are simply wired differently. They don't process emotions the same way that other people do, so their lack of empathy shouldn't be interpreted as a lack of care. While healthy Sigmas know how to balance their own needs with the needs of others, immature Sigmas may not. This can lead them to make harmful decisions to those around them without even realizing it. They can be so focused on their own goals that they don't take the time to consider how their actions might affect those around them. Without adequate development of feelings of empathy, a Sigma could end up being a self-centered individual who only cares about themselves. So while it's true that Sigmas don't care how you feel, it's important to remember that not all Sigma men are the same. Healthy ones are often kind, caring, and considerate, even if they don't always show it. 6. They overthink everything. Sigma males are often highly intelligent and analytical, so they can second-guess themselves a lot. They may overthink small decisions, leading to indecision and paralysis by analysis, which can ultimately hold them back in life. In some cases, it may even cause Sigmas to self-sabotage. Therefore, they need to learn how to trust their gut instincts and not let their minds run away with them. This constant self-doubt can lead them to miss out on opportunities and make poor decisions, which could start to negatively impact their lives. 7. They can have a sense of superiority. Immature Sigma men often see themselves as being above others, and they can come across as condescending or even arrogant. This sense of superiority may be based on their intelligence or abilities, but it can also come from an inflated ego. In either case, it can make it difficult to deal with Sigmas, as they may not take others seriously or listen to constructive criticism. Having a sense of superiority can also lead to conflict, as Sigma males may butt heads with those who they see as being below them. Therefore, Sigmas need to check their ego and remember that everyone has something to offer. While this feeling of superiority may seem harmless, it can actually be quite destructive. 8. They're often isolated and cut off from emotional support. Sigma males are often lauded for their independent streak and strong ability to fend for themselves. However, one of their dark sides is that they're often isolated and cut off from emotional support. This is because Sigmas tend to be lone wolves who prefer to go their own way, rather than conform to the norms of society. In extreme cases, they may become withdrawn and disconnected from the world around them. While they may enjoy the challenge of going it alone, it is important to be aware of the potential downside of this lifestyle. Without a close-knit group of friends or family to rely on, Sigma males can feel lonely and alienated. This isolation can lead to mental health problems, such as depression and anxiety. They should be aware of the risks of isolation and make an effort to connect with others. By building strong relationships, Sigma males can protect themselves from the negative effects of isolation and enjoy a fuller, richer life. 9. They can be very critical and judgmental of others. Sigma men often have high standards for themselves and those around them. They can be quick to judge and criticize others, even if they don't know them well. This tendency can be off-putting to those around them, making Sigma males seem arrogant and superior. While it's admirable to have standards, Sigmas need to be careful not to let their judgmental nature get the best of them. Otherwise, they may find themselves in conflict with others, which is not an ideal situation. Sigma men are often quick to point out the flaws in other people's thinking or behavior, and they can be very unforgiving when it comes to mistakes. This can make them difficult to be around, making it hard for them to form close relationships. They often prefer to work alone, as they feel they can do a better job than any team could. This individualism can be a strength, but can also lead to problems. When unhealthy Sigmas are part of a team, they often find themselves at loggerheads with their teammates. This is because they always try to prove that they are the best and are often unwilling to compromise. Sigmas can be frustrating to work with, but they can also be very successful when working alone. 10. They can be overconfident. Sigma males often have a lot of confidence in their abilities. This can be a positive trait, as it can help them achieve great things. However, too much confidence can also be a problem. When Sigmas are overconfident, they may take unnecessary risks, which can lead to trouble. For example, a Sigma might decide to quit their job and start their own business without having a solid plan in place. This could lead to financial ruin, as Sigma has overestimated his abilities and taken on too much risk. However, this approach is often a recipe for disaster. Overconfidence can also lead to problems in personal relationships, as Sigma males may come across as arrogant and self-centered. It can also make them seem insensitive to the needs of others, as they are so focused on themselves. While it's important to be confident, it's also important to be aware of your own limitations. 11. They can be brutally honest, sometimes to the point of being hurtful. Sigma men are often known for their brutal honesty, which can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it's admirable to be honest and direct. However, some Sigma males often take this too far and can end up being hurtful to others. Their honesty may result from their independent nature. Since they're not as concerned with fitting in or pleasing others, they feel no need to sugarcoat their words. As a result, Sigma males can sometimes come across as insensitive or even cruel. If you're a Sigma, it's important to be aware of how your words might be interpreted. Sometimes, it's better to hold your tongue and avoid saying anything that could hurt someone's feelings. 12. They often have a dark sense of humor. Sigma males may joke about sensitive topics such as death or violence in a way designed to shock or offend. While this type of humor can be amusing to some, it's important to know your audience. Not everyone will appreciate your dark sense of humor, and you may end up offending or even upsetting people. You need to use this type of humor sparingly and only with those you know will appreciate it. Otherwise, you risk coming across as insensitive or even heartless. You might also end up driving people away and making them uncomfortable.